In this video, we'll look at linking multiple pages. So when you're putting an online session together, you're often going to have multiple pages. So what we need to do is focus in on the slider up the top here. Now, as you can see, I've got it set up where it shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So to do that, you need to make sure up here to see that you're on type 2. If I'm on type 1, the numbers disappear and you just have to rely on working through it like that. So again, in this case, I think the type 2 is better. But also, when you have it open up in Edit, you'll see something down the bottom called linked page items. So you can see if I look at this first one, there's 3 things linked to this. Okay, but if I go to 2, there's 1 linked, 3, 1 linked, 4, 1 linked, and 5, I've got 2 things linked. Okay, so in this case, I've got a text container and an activity container, which suggests to me that that is a assessment. So this is really important, what's linked to pages, and I'll try and show you. If we have a look down this page, you'll notice that we've got a number of sections, but we've got a section down here called Spency, which is just text that I've added. Now, I haven't linked that to this page. So if I go up here now to 2, you'll see that Spency again has appeared on the second page. Again, has appeared on the third page. So what happens is if you're setting up a page and you add an activity or some text, if you don't link it to that page, basically it'll start to appear in every page. So it's really important that you link things. So again, I'm going to go edit. And what I'm going to do is, I'm in number 1, I'm going to go to linked items. I can see Spency hasn't been linked. Now I'm going to link it to page 1. I'm going to go save. Now I go down, I'll see on page 1, I can still see Spency, that text here. When I go to page 2, it should have disappeared. See, the Spency section has now disappeared because it's been linked to section 1. So the tip is that as you're actually setting up the page, you should link things as you go. But again, if you get to the end and you find things are doubled up, that means you haven't linked them, and then you get back in, you just tidy it up then. But just a tip that as you set things up, if you actually give titles here, rather than just leaving it as text, like in this situation, you actually say text, learning outcomes, so you're better able to then link it because you know exactly what it is. So in the case of the Spency, it was easy for me to see when I was looking at it that the text was about Spency. So that's how you link items when you're using multiple pages.